Hey everyone, it's Pat from patdavidmusic, and welcome to my interview with Ryan Lawley from RNA Music in Texas, over in the States. Thanks so much for taking the time to answer some of my questions. I'm always so interested to know how you can run a music shop and have a family and a YouTube channel and record the EP, do all of that at once. Always really, really interesting to me. So thank you for taking the time to answer these questions for me.
Cool. I'm so excited. So excited to talk to Pat. Yeah, man.
So first question, okay, so where did the idea for a music store come from? RNA Music, that took me ages to work out. Obviously, Ryan and Angela. Music, it completely makes sense, but I didn't know to begin with. So where did the idea come from to have a music store, Ryan?
Where did the idea for a music store come from? That's a very good question. I'm going to try to make these short and simple. We'll see what happens. Well, I went to school. I got a music degree. I have a Bachelor of Music degree. Actually, I have 2 degrees. I have an Associates of Arts in Music, and I have a Bachelor of Music, which in the United States is the long 4 or 5 year degree thing, to be a music teacher, band director, whatever. So I went to school to basically be a band director, to teach music to lots of people. So the music was always the plan. And I taught privately for about a year in the various school systems around Dallas and Tyler after college. So I did that for a little while, and then I just started working in some other lines of business, and eventually ended up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My wife was going to college in Tulsa, Oklahoma at Rhema. And so while we were there, I worked at Guitar Center, which I'd always thought would be cool. As a kid, you think it's awesome, but I was about 30 when I did that. So I had about a year of working at Guitar Center in sales. And I love gear. I'm a gearhead. I'm a guitar guy. I'm a drummer. My degree was in percussion, so drums were my first love, followed closely by guitar. But so working around gear was really fun. The gear was fun. I'm not going to say anything else about working at Guitar Center, but I had some friends in Tulsa that actually had their own store what was it called? Dang it, I forgot what it's called. But it was a small place, and they taught lessons. That was their primary thing. They taught guitar lessons and all that. But they also sold strings, and they sold Schecter guitars and Ibanez guitars, and they sold some amps and stuff. And so it was a small place. Primarily focused on lessons, but then they also sold stuff too. It was funny, in the same town as Guitar Center and all these other music stores. I thought that was pretty cool, and so I got to know those guys really well. I took a couple of brush-up guitar lessons from my friend Larry. It was Full Scale Guitar, that was the name of it, but now it's actually called Legato School of Music in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Check them out. They got a link. I don't know. You can go Google Full Scale Guitar, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and you'll find them. And I became good friends with Larry, the guy who owned the place, and I took some brush-up lessons because Larry's a shredder. And I thought it was cool what they did. Anyway, I worked at Guitar Center, and then I left Guitar Center, I went into sales, worked for another company, a furniture company. We sold beds, believe it or not. I did really well. I made a lot of money working for them. But we had some family things happen. My stepmom passed away very unexpectedly. Shut up! Pepper! It's my chihuahua. So annoying. So not exciting. Yeah, my stepmom passed away unexpectedly. And my dad was, a bit older than my stepmom, and so he was kind of just at a loss, really. Didn't know what to do with himself. She was a big part of keeping everything going with him, and he owns his own business, owns a few businesses. So after that happened, that was December 2008. So February 2009, Dad came up to see us and was kind of, still in the middle of trying to make sense of stuff, and basically kind of talked me into moving back home, back to my hometown of Canton, to kind of help him out with some stuff. So we did. I gave up the job that I had up there, and had a nice place where we were living. It's hard to give up. But we came back home, started all over from scratch, from nothing, really. And so I started helping him with one of his businesses for about a year, but it was it was not doing real well, and there's not a lot I could do to save it. So for about a year, I decided, you know what? My heart has always been in music. I love to teach. I love gear. I love guitars. I could talk to people all day long about guitars and strings and drums and amps and pickups and picks and drumsticks and just stuff like that. So I decided to do what my friends in Tulsa did. It was a small place. They had a small start, but thought I'm degreed, educated to be a music teacher. I am a music educator by trade and by training. Dogs. So I knew I could teach lessons. And then, of course, my years of retail experience and sales experience, obviously prepared me to do some selling. Guitar Center experience of a year working there, selling everything for people. Pepper! Josh! No! Dang dogs. I love my dogs. That's why they're here with me all the time, but dang it. So I decided to open the shop. It was about 2010. Spent about 6 months getting the building together. Had to be completely remodeled on the inside and done up, and did a lot of manual labor on that, getting the building ready, and then opened up. Technically, legally, tax document wise, we opened up January 2010. I'd already ordered inventory and was ready to go a little bit before that. So it was really, the groundwork was all laid in 2009. So here we are. I figure if I'm going to be back home to be around family and help be there when they need me, I might as well make a living doing something that I love. So there we are. That's how that happened. Long story, sorry. A normal day in my life. There's really no normal days, but I'll give you kind of a basic day. Let's see, how does it start? Well, it's usually late nights, so go to bed pretty dang late. So I don't get up super early. I have the luxury of what our hours are. We don't actually open the doors of the shop until 11 o'clock. We're here from about 11 to 7 most days. So I actually don't open early. So I tend to sleep in a little bit. I'll sleep till about 8 o'clock. If that's sleeping in. For some people that's sleeping in late, but for a rock and roll music person, I guess 8's not really late. But get up about 8:30. I will go have breakfast usually. I cook it myself. No more prepackaged bull crap. I can't just have that. I got to actually prepare my meals now. So I'll fix myself breakfast, and then it's time for errands. I will usually got to get in the car and go. Usually go to the bank. Number one, go to the bank. I'll take whatever deposits we have from the day before at work. Checks, cash, whatever from lessons or selling inventory or whatever. So go to the bank, make deposits first. We'll generally then go to the post office to check the mail, see if we got any shipments from the post office, inventory stuff, invoices, bills, checks sometimes, not very often checks, but go to the post office, check the mail. Usually swing back by my best friend's office, which is right next to the bank. My buddy, Paul, incredible bass player. I love Paul. We've been friends for, holy crap, 26 years, something like that. He works right next to the bank. He manages a doctor's clinic. He's a manager. So I go in and talk to him for a few minutes because we're just buddies. And let's see, after I leave Paul's clinic, go to Walmart, go to the store, whatever stores. If I need to go to Walmart and get some grocery stuff or get some cleaning supplies for the store, paper towels, printer ink, Swiffers, dusters, stuff, random, whatever I need to get at the store that day. Even if it's stuff to take home later, eggs, bread, milk. We have a fridge here in the kitchen at the shop, so I'll keep stuff here. But usually go to Walmart. Depending on what bills I gotta pay, a lot of times I'll go pay them in person, like my car insurance or our internet bill for the shop. I'll go to the cable place, go to the water department if I gotta pay the water bill. anything that I can do in person, I like to do in person if it's locally, as far as going in and giving people money for paying for bills and utilities and anything that comes up. And then any random other, stuff I have to do that day, like, go to the lumber yard. We're always doing some kind of building, remodeling, updating in the shop here. It's a work in progress. So if I have to go to the lumber yard or, whatever, I try to get all those errands and stuff done early. Get to the shop about 11. Well, we open at 11. I try to get here about 10:30, 10 sometimes. I usually spend some time right off the bat online. I'll go through, check the bank statement, online banking stuff, make sure everything's good to go, everything's paid, check out what their balances are, do any online stuff that I need to do. I will watch some YouTube videos, check our YouTube stats, see how we're doing. What else? Check on the progress. We're building a new website's in the process. We had an old website that I did myself, basically. It's pretty crappy. It's rnamusiconline.com. That's our old site. It's still there, but we're building a new one right now. I have a great guy building my new website, so I'll usually check on the new website progress because he's kind of working on it as we go. And then shop's open at 11. If I got any repair stuff to do, sometimes I'll start on that before the shop opens. Like I have restrings to do, restringing guitars, setting up guitars. Someone just brought in a bass yesterday that I had to resolder the input jack on and clean up the electronics and restring and set up a bass. I'll try to get that stuff done before we open, but once we open at 11, I can continue doing that stuff. Pretty much throughout the week, I do have lessons starting as early as 1 o'clock. So a lot of times I'll have 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock on, I'll have lessons throughout the day. So I try to get all that kind of stuff done before 1. I have a snack. Like I said, we got a kitchen here. We got a little tiny oven thing in there and grills and microwaves and stuff. So I usually eat here. I usually eat here at the shop. I don't have time to go out and eat. Who does that? Who does that when you own your own business? Yeah, but then from 1 o'clock on, pretty much lessons going here and there. I have some breaks in there, but once about 3:30 hits, that's when school generally is out around here. And of course, as a private teacher, you have a lot of younger people as students a lot of times. I do have adult students, and those are the ones who come earlier in the day. But from 3:30 on, I'm pretty busy with teaching private lessons. We do that till about 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night, depending on the day. Lessons are done. A lot of times I'll stay here after lessons. And if I got some videos I want to shoot for YouTube, most of my videos are done kind of late at night, between 7:30 and 10 or 11. And I'll shoot some videos if I can, or finish my restringing setup work, whatever. If I got to edit videos, that's usually I usually do that here at the shop because it's where the good computer is. The high-powered computer for editing stuff is here at the shop. So I'll be here at the shop until, working, whether it's business stuff or YouTube stuff, video stuff, sometimes till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then go to bed. Start all over. Now, luckily, my wife works with me, so Angela's here. If you call RNA Music, 356-722-2233, Angela's here with me too. So we are here together all day long, pretty much. Our boys tend to be here too. We have a part of the shop remodeled on the far end. It's like a lounge type area. There's rooms because we have young kids. Have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old, and they're here with us a lot. We're all here quite often, quite a lot. Our dogs generally come up here too when the boys are here, and Angela's here because we love our dogs. And they get lonely when they're all alone all day. So it's easier, we just bring them, Angela generally will have the dogs with her. Yeah, so it's a long, busy day, but I'm lucky enough I'm blessed that my wife is very involved with the business and extremely supportive of RNA Music and helping it grow, and she's behind me 100%, 150%, and the boys are here. So I do get, it's long hours, but I do get to see my family for a big truckload of it, which is awesome. So I'm lucky, but that's generally a typical day.
What's your favorite guitar at the moment that you own? What's your favorite guitar at the moment?
Favorite guitar at the moment? All right, well, thank you. Let's see. You mean favorite guitar that I own? Favorite guitar of mine is probably, you know what? It's tough. I have my Chapman ML2. I like it a lot. Now it's kind of grown on me. It's quite a bit different than all my other guitars. All of my guitars are all 24 3/4 inch scale, 22 fret guitars. And the ML2 is 25 inch scale, 24 frets. So it's a major departure feel-wise from all my other guitars that I own. I've had it for like a year and a half now. I think it's one of the very first, actually, if not the first, ML2 from the Korean ones to come to America. So, take that. Yeah. I love my ML2. I play it a lot. Probably after that, though, let me get it. Probably after the ML2 is my new ESP LTD with the maple fretboard. Man, I like the heck out of this guitar. Something about a Les Paul-ish guitar with a maple fretboard just drives me nuts. I love it. Thick and beefy. Thick and beefy. I love this guitar. So, if I'm not playing the ML2, it's usually the LTD. Of course, I have my trusty Gibson Explorer. My Gibson Explorer is probably a nice third. Well, I don't know. I have a slew of Washburn idle single cuts, which I love tremendously. My chair is squeaking. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're all nice. It's hard to choose sometimes. I go through phases where I'll play one for like a couple of days or a week, and then I'll look up on the wall in the middle of a lesson and go, dude, that's a sweet guitar. I need to play it. I'll go play it. Or sometimes when my students are here, I'll go, hey, what guitar you want me to play today? And I'll let them pick the guitar that I get to play. They always pick the Explorer too. It's weird. Anyways, that's my favorite guitar of my own that I own. Favorite guitars, I'm real excited about the Chapmans. I've got my order of Chapman guitars. We're a Chapman Guitars dealer, the one of 3 in America and the only one in Texas. And my order is coming up. Man, it's got to be just weeks away probably. I can't wait. Can't wait, because I really, really am excited about the signature, the ML3 RC. You have one, Pat. You know what I'm talking about, buddy. I really, really can't wait to get those in, and there's a high probability I will be snagging one of those for my personal collection, but we'll see how it goes. If customers want to buy them, then those will probably be bought. Can't have the Cap 10. Sorry, this is my Cap 10. It's the 2014 Chapman Guitars NAMM Cap 10 from the first NAMM that Chapman Guitars went to, and my first NAMM. First winter NAMM. I've been to the summer NAMM. I play it sometimes too. I've been getting used to it more. But yeah, there you go. Favorite guitars. Favorite band at the moment? Well, that is a tough one. I love me some Alter Bridge. Saw them in Dallas just like 2 months ago. Got a video of it. Go check it out. It was on Angela's birthday. Thank God I have a wife who loves me, who will let me take her to a rock show on her birthday. Granted, we did have backstage all access VIP thanks to my friend Nick Kahn. Nick, I love you. Nick got us backstage, got to meet Mark Tremonti and the guys in the band and all that stuff. So that was really cool. So I love me some Alter Bridge. Conquering Dystopia right now. Jeff Loomis. the Loomis and Keith Merrow, but mostly the Loomis. I love Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Jeff's amazing. So I've been listening to, I'm always listening to Jeff Loomis. I'm always listening to his solo records, and then to the new Conquering Dystopia is sick. Just awesome stuff. And the drumming, I'm a drummer. I was a drummer first before I ever played guitar. The drumming on Conquering Dystopia is just inhuman. I watched some of those guys' YouTube videos of him like recording his drum parts. And it's just like, who are you, dude? Who does this, man? So I'm digging the Conquering Dystopia stuff. Usually always listening to some Chappers stuff, usually some of the Dorjay stuff. I still jam the Dorjay EP pretty much all the time when I'm in the car. Aromancy and all that sort of stuff. Listen to Rob's stuff a lot. I dig his solo record stuff, Bleed the Light, that kind of stuff. That's probably it for new stuff right now. Off the top of my head anyways.
So guys, this video was a lot of fun to do. Next week there'll be part 2. All the links to everything that Ryan was talking about are in the description below, but otherwise we'll see you next week.